Steps up. I move my knee to the inside. I make my grips. I'm going to pull him a little bit as I fall. Here. And in this clumsy moment for him, I get to here. And now he decides to stand up. I keep the collar, big space, dig in here, and I switch my feet at the same time. Here. Then I straighten my arm as I let go of the collar. I'm pretty stable here. There's not much he can do at this point. If I stay here too long, he's going to start trying to push my feet off. If he goes right now to push my feet, I just scissor. He can't stay on my feet because he has to balance himself. When I scissor and set up right away, I bring the bottom leg to the front here, look. And then I straighten it out as this one goes to the floor. I come up a little taller. Come underneath. And I start pushing into him. I never quite stand all the way up. Turn the knee down, turn the shoulder. Hand goes to here. Adjust my position. Control the head. Lock out the hip. So he steps up. Sometimes the angle is so bad for me, I might have to turn really quick and then make my grips. Because the reason he's stepping up is he wants to pass my guard. I cannot let him do that. Man, I'm in big trouble there. So sometimes the best defense is to change your angle back. It sort of depends on whether he's pointing his knee at me or the knee is over there. I have to get over, he can't quite pass. So I have that one moment to make my grips and pull into position. And this is all about hundredths of a second sometimes. That's what we're fighting for. It's not inches. It's bits of time, tiny bits of time. He cannot stand up too easy because I have his foot in his collar. So I go to one-legged X, and his best defense, an experienced guy knows this particular position is dangerous when he's one knee down. So he's going to stand up, but I'm not going to let him get erect. And that's why I control the collar here. So now, the stickiest part here, and I use that term a lot because it can be sticky, is to get my hand inside. There's not much room right now, so I move a little out of the way and I fish in just to the bend of my elbow. That's all I want right now. And very quickly, I'm going to swing my legs into place. Look, here. So you've got to get the feel for where your feet go. Think about this. I'm on the hip here. My left foot's on the hip. My left foot's going on the other hip. But I got to go under his leg to get there. And I hook it. If I just lay my foot on there, he's going to shove it off and pass. So I'm actually making hooks with my feet. If he goes to attack my feet right now, I push. Right there. And there's my spot. And then I come up. Now, for the sake of the move, guys, I don't want him turning away from me. Then we do a different move from here. I would break him down, but that's not what we're working right now. So I need this guy to try to face me. And if I walk into him quick enough, he's going to fall. So for the sake of the move, don't be that guy bounce around 10 minutes. Just go ahead and relinquish and fall. And look, I've got to catch that leg. If I don't catch that leg and he gets my arm, I get caught in a triangle. So it's important that I block the leg this way. If I block, watch this. Hand on top, he pulls it off. And it's a triangle or an arm lock. So I have only the thumb on top. He can't pull that off. One more time. This particular position that we're playing tonight leads to umpteen different places. It's a very versatile position. It's really good for a smaller guy to fight a big guy with. It doesn't matter how you're built, what you weigh. X-guard works for everybody, which is why I chose it tonight. I don't like the angle he's presented. This is good for him, bad for me, so I'm going to switch my angle, make my grips. When I fall, I pull him with me to give him that one clumsy moment. Here, boom, got him, boom, 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 got that's it. He stands. I keep the collar. I slip inside, I switch my feet. I pinch with my neck. If I don't have control here, he's not going to stumble around. I need him to be frozen on his feet where he can't really do too much. He can't move. He can't avoid my sweep. I need to come up on my elbow. I just straighten my legs and follow him back. Look, right here. But I have to switch right now. The most important switch is not this one. It's blocking that leg. He cannot come to me now. He's stuck right there until I remove that foot. Don't stand up off your elbow. Pop up to your hand, keep your head up here. And now my right leg is coming underneath of me. Look, I never take my eyes off him. Right here. So now, as I stand up, I start pushing in. Look, he's going to fall and I catch him right here. Here's how I pass. Look, I turn the knee and I turn the shoulder as I reach for the side of his head. I keep my weight over him, smothering him like a blanket, like saran wrap. So now I'm going to walk my legs around, hug his head, block out his hip. I'm not trying to hold anything here. All right? If he turns into me, I let it happen. If he rolls away, I take his back. By now, you should have, for the newer guys, you should have a feel for getting your feet in the right place. The beginning is the same, so you're going to get more practice in the initial part. He steps up. If he's tight here, I move, I hook that. I'm going to be able to pull him open here. Okay, so that's not going to really affect the way I play the position. I punch through, I get here, he stands. I'm going to do the same thing here. You want to work on swinging these feet, my feet, at the same time. Don't worry about getting this on your neck just yet. I've got him in a very awkward spot because of this grip and me hooking this foot. He's not leaving it anytime soon. So you want to be able to swing your feet around at the same time. Keep this knee in the back. Don't put it here. This knee helps to push him on certain sweeps we do. Don't start making a grip. It's just this right now. Okay? Now, to get this to my neck, I don't drag him. I sort of point my hand like this, look. And I hug the kneecap. So let's say you're having a hard time with this one. Every time you set up, the guy charges back and you can't go anywhere. He's just too much for me. He's too much of an athlete. Watch. Watch this foot. I drop to the back. Okay? Come back up. So for whatever reason, I cannot stand up with this guy. I don't know what it is. Rather than question it, I go to the next best thing. Slide to the floor. Here's my position. I slide to the floor. This foot doesn't do anything else. It just sits there. This leg pulls his hip away. When he falls, watch what I do. He falls. All right, look. This foot comes off. This one I lift. I catch his ankle here. Okay, so this was his. This is the one that pulled him over. I pull this to the center. Look. Hey, hug. Get a man down.
For real.
Stand up. Stand up. All right, so look. I want to be directly underneath him. I don't want to be here. Directly underneath, pinching with my head. If he can step out here, I'm going to lose him. So I pinch. I slide this to the floor. Now let's talk about this. He's standing a little closer than Mike was. So this feels clumsy, that slide. So I stretch him a little. That's what I need. All right. So again, if he's too close with his feet, I can't slide this down. I push to make him step and I hook. Now this leg, the one that's wrapped around his hip, is just going to pull him back. It doesn't take much. And when he falls, watch, when he falls, and let him fall, I still have that hook. This foot comes here to get out of the way. And as I straighten my leg, as I lift this up, it's like handing off a baton. I catch that ankle right there. Now look, I fold it over his body, and I end up with basically the same position I had on the other sweep. Knee down. He steps up, move my knee to the inside, I hook and I hook. I fall to my right. I could fall straight back here because the angle is friendly for me this time. But get in the habit of falling to the side and hooking where his leg bends. I get to one-legged X. He stands up. I swing into what we call X guard because I'm using two legs. The other is one-legged X. This is not two-legged X, it's just X. X guard. Okay, I no longer want the collar. This is the guy to me. I've tried this a couple of times. He's too much for me. Drop right to the floor. Don't try to sweep here at the calf. Drop to the floor. Use your other leg to pull him over. When he falls, I'm going to remove this leg and hand off the other one to this hand. So I'm going to let him fall first. I would already be moving, but I want to talk to you guys. This one comes off. Don't kick it up in the air. You'll lose it. It's a controlled lift. Okay? So as I straighten this, I'm already reaching. Controlled lift, and I fold it over his body as I come to my knees. Catch his head, block his hip. It's not unusual for him to want to try to roll away from me. I follow and take his back any number of ways. What I don't want is to let him go. And now, I don't know what's going to happen now. All right? Okay, let's do that. Never disengage. You have to understand how to fit. This is no good. Here. My head is on the top of his foot. Okay? There's a little space in the back of your neck. I'm wrapping it around his foot. And I'm sort of hunching my shoulder into the lower part of the leg. And it's very important to understand where this goes. It's not any old place. I want to feel his kneecap in my palm because I need to turn his leg this way. It's uncomfortable. I'm pulling his patella around. If I don't do that, if I grab wrong, he's going to smash me in the chest. Yeah, this is no good for me. If he's really strong, I'm going to need to block it with the second hand too. Now again, I said earlier, we're fighting sometimes for hundredths of a second. That's all I need to initiate my movement. Once I start the movement, it's a clumsy experience for him. All right, so I can't hang out here. I'm going to shove my foot off and come up before I do. So I have to be taking this off as he's falling. When he's to the point of no return, I'm already moving that. When he hits his back, I'm already here now. I'm hundredths of a second ahead of him. As I fold this over, he's already thinking about escaping. So as he goes to roll, look, boom. Now, I don't want to climb the guy. I can do it this way. But what I'd rather do is as he comes up on that second knee is slide my foot underneath. And I didn't have far to go. So let's look at that part again just there. Let's look at the ending. I handed off the foot here. Right? As I fold this over, if he's turning like that, look, I'm going here. And instead of trying to climb the guy, I drop my hip down. As he comes up with this side, I slide my foot inside. I've got the seatbelt on. I don't do this. I scoot back and I make him fall to me. Okay? Just stand there. Watch. So I'm in X guard. Strong hooks. Controlling the lower leg. I'm controlling the kneecap, and if I feel I need it, I support with the second hand. I just slide to the floor. His foot pulls him back. As he drops, I remove the first foot, set up to catch that ankle. I start folding this over, and I can see that this guy's going to his knees. Right now I switch to here, and I drop down and slide this one in. Again, don't do this. Instead, I make a little space, and I use my seat belt to turn his upper body, which flips his hips. And then I'm in. Okay? Now from here, I open the collar, insert my hand, other hand goes here. Come up with my elbow, and I get the choke. Again. If he's standing too close to me, rather than try to fight my leg to the floor, I just push him back a little bit, make him step. I slide. Pull him over. Catch the ankle. Don't grab here. Catch the ankle. As I'm coming up, I'm just folding this to the floor, and I see that he's turning. Look, watch my hands. Look, I switch here. If he's a strong guy, he's going to take me to the other side. I drop. Try to go up. I got too much weight hanging on this side. I slide this foot in. This foot now steps out here. I make a little space between our bodies and I pull him to me as I drop my hook in. Now for the newer guys, come to the front please. It's really important that my hands be cinched up here and my face pinch his face. If I'm loose, he's going to turn into me. Turn this way. Yes. I just lost the position. I do this, try to turn. Can't turn, he's stuck here. I use this hand to open, thumb goes in, and I pull this tight as the hand rides up to the throat. Then I make a good grip here. This hand goes across and I can grab anywhere down this area for the other collar, anywhere. Now I'm going to push into him like this. Look, as I push in, I'm going to pull my elbow underneath and stand up on the point of it. Watch. See how I'm on the point of the elbow? Now I pull my pinky towards the floor.